What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to Show Me Sense. If you're coming back in, if it's your first time in, we appreciate your views. You saw the thumbnail. We're talking about it. We're talking about it. Is Lights Down Low the best in the Marley fragrance line? I mean, I don't know. I didn't smell them all, but of the three I smelled today, for me, it certainly was. So, a quick little backstory. We had gone to the kiosk where I've been getting my nose on a larger majority of the Malul fragrances, now the Marley fragrances, after having first been exposed to the Michael Malul stuff through the Marshalls, TJ Maxx finds of West Loop, South Slope, Oxford Row. I know Terra Nova also went on discontinue, although it wasn't out to the rack stores. Um, So quite a few of them had been discontinued, and people were finding them really, really good deals. And while I was out exploring more of the Michael Malals, which our last couple of videos talked about that experience a little bit, um, these were there. And I had actually been to the kiosk asking originally about the Citizen Jack Open Road because that's another one that was discontinued. And one I kind of wanted to smell. And I'd wanted to try the Marley stuff, and they didn't have any of them at that time. And today I went in to check out Aura in the K Tourette, which is one of the newer launches, right alongside, I think, Botanica, which they didn't have either. But they did have the Aura, and I had smelled it before. And I kind of pretty much went in there believing that it was all about Aura today, and it wasn't. It was about getting exposure to Terra Nova, and getting to smell the Marley stuff. And it seems like it's always that way, man. You're not looking for something, and there it is. You're looking for something, and it's not there. We've all been there. In the fragrance hunt game, we've all been there. I was there with Chrome, Zara Chrome EDP at one point, seeing that thing pop up at Burlington for like $35 and walked away from it. I don't know how many times, and then got the opportunity to put it on my skin, fell in love with it, and I'm like, I'll just find it at Burlington, and never found it at Burlington again until I bought it at Nordstrom Rack, and then guess what started popping up everywhere. Um, Kind of did that with Salvatore Ferragamo, but I haven't seen it pop up again. But Aqua Essenzial Blue, fully expect to start seeing that in Burlington's again because, well, I picked that up. Anyway, we're a little bit sidetracked. So of course, as soon as I saw that they had Marley stuff, I instantly kind of changed direction, which worked out anyway, because honestly, I didn't really like the way that Aura was working on my skin. It didn't smell anything like I'd remembered it. I remembered it being good. I started seeing videos popping up, seemed like everywhere, talking about how amazing it was. And it really is. I'll say that. It took like 3 hours to get really amazing on my skin, though. And it fell into the place where a lot of fragrances do. They didn't love it up front. Um, but I'm certain I will wind up with it at some point. Anyway, a lot of ahs and a lot of uncomfort. It's kind of wild. I do live streams all the time, but the knowledge that I'm being recorded, that I'm recording myself, makes it seem weirder and different. Uh, let's just relax and be natural, right? So I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to share an experience with you. And one thing I really like about the Marley stuff is they worked with the family. Michael Malul did, and they did quite a few different fragrances. And of course, the one I would have loved to try the most, they didn't have in stock anymore. It was the one they sold out of, Mellow Mood, which definitely I think is a fragrance that I would really enjoy. I hope they get it back in stock. I don't want to be in a position at some point to go in blind, even though it's one of those I'm certain I would like. But they had Lights Down Low. What was the other one? I have them written down here. What was the other one? Simmer Down, Satisfy My Soul. And the first one that she put out was Lights Down Low. I still have it in a box. Still have it in the box. I've opened it. I have worn it. Has the fragrance notes on the back, as do all of the Michael Maluls. Don't know if we can really get it to zoom in for you. Um, Barcode on the bottom. Says Marley on the top, and then you open it up and it sits inside. All right. I really like the way that the caps look. The bottle shape's similar to the K Tourette stuff. The plus stuff, like the Ginger Plus Mist. What is it? C plus Zephyr, Vetiver plus Zest, whatever it is, Zest and Vetivers. Um, this one's got Marley on the top, and then this faux wood cap. Fits nice. Uh, yeah, you can pick it up by the cap. And then, of course, it has the Michael Malul. My God, that shit's so good. Excuse me. That stuff smells so good. It opens with pomelo. Let me get to the notes. It opens with pomelo and sea salt and mandarin. So it's really bright opening, kind of a bit. I don't want to say aquatic because it's not really blue, but it has mm, it just has a really good light, airy, bright flashes in the beginning, and it really just kind of gets your attention. But it's really a fragrance of contrast. So lights down low is kind of a good name for it because it starts really, really bright. And then it really kind of transitions into the mids where you get the rose hips, which gives it some texture, some tartness. You get clove leaf, you get some geranium, you get kind of this spicy character that probably makes it date night approved for those low light settings. You definitely get a cleanliness, sparkle from the geranium, and then it goes into this really nice woody, kind of creamy vetiver sandalwood, amber sandalwood and vetiver base. So it's kind of a contrast. The one thing I like about the Marley fragrances is they were all kind of made to be a little more like intimate. And it smells so good on the skin. I'm gonna go ahead and put a fresh spray right here. Two fresh sprays, by the way. Really does start off with that pomelo. Really does start off bright and fresh. Man, I'm notorious for going straight in. No lack of sheen or shine. That joint definitely hits hard in that way. So you get an evolution from bright kind of into creamy, a little bit of powdery nature, but nothing crazy powdery. It's a really nice fragrance. And the thing that struck me was that my wife and I both responded the same way. We both were like, "Wow, that's really really good," and it caught us completely off guard because it's not what we were after. It's not what we were looking for. I know a lot of people say that it's kind of like aqua de gel, so I guess in a sense it is aquatic. I don't really understand that aspect of comparison. Um, I mean, it's kind of salty, it's kind of marini, but outside of that, I don't really get it. My wife was like, "Yeah, I don't really get that either." I guess I could see why people would say that, but I don't really get that, not at all. So, I mean, I haven't smelled the entire line, so I won't go out and say, "Yeah, this is the best Marley fragrance on the planet." But of the three I smell today, by far, it's my favorite. The Simmer Down is another really nice fragrance. It starts off weirdly enough, I recently got to try the Frostbite from Aromatics. And it starts off with that kind of fruity melange or herba pura esque vibe. But simmer down, when it simmers down, it goes very deep amber, sandalwood. I love the dry down on myself. Overall, I really love that fragrance on my wife. I think she was a little I won't say disappointed, but she would have not been mad at all at us grabbing Simmer Down um, today for sure. And then the Satisfy My Soul, didn't spend a lot of time with it. It started off really nice, but once vanilla really kicked in and set in with that one, we were both like, yeah, we have a lot of vanilla. And it's not that I dislike vanillas. I just have so many variances of vanilla that I didn't need it. Didn't need it. Another fragrance, and there's not a lot of reminds me of sections, and I don't really rely on that. Man, that stuff just shines like crazy. It's not a super projector, but it's something that people are going to notice off you. I will say of the three that I tried, it's got the most projection. Um, it seemed to do pretty good from a performance perspective too. As the first reapplication, we were out, um, put it on. It was a skin scent for me from about, I don't know, probably 2.5 hours. But it stayed on my skin. And I'm this guy. We've established I'm this guy. It stayed noticeable and enjoyable for me for over the 6 hour mark. At about the 8 hour mark, I took a shower. It wasn't something that like stuck around strong after I got out of the shower. I could still kind of smell a little bit before I lotioned when I got out of the shower, but I immediately went to this as my out of the shower fragrance tonight, and I really, my first impressions are really high. It has aspects of it that kind of remind me of the Chanel Superleggera, in the sense of being mass appealing in that way, but it's not a basic fragrance. It has real contrast, and I think that's what really makes it work. Um, you have the brightness of the opening, and then you have that kind of transition into a spicy, um, more of a masculine space. But this one could definitely be worn by anybody. I have a hard time thinking that fragrance has a gender. There are some fragrances that I think are too floral for my liking, but it's mostly because I don't like the florals themselves. I think there are a few fragrances that are too like perfumey that I would say lean feminine, but I'm a firm believer in if you enjoy something, wear something. So, verdict is out on whether I think this is the best Marley fragrance of the whole line. I've several others to get my nose on. I think for me and my styles, and I could be proven wrong if I get to experience all of them, but I believe it'll probably come down to this one and Mellow Mood. Um, the great thing about fragrance, though, is you can like two different fragrances for two different reasons and enjoy them equally as much. I think for a lot of people that this one would hit. I think this is a great um, introduction to the Marley line for most people. So if you've stuck around this long, man, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, let us know if you've tried any of the Marley fragrances, which one's your favorite. Heck, if you tried any of the Michael Malul's, which ones do you like? Which ones do you not like? Maybe give us a subscription, you know, so you know anytime we do videos. I do have another video that I'll be doing sneak peek fairly soon. And then I had something else come in today as an Amazon Vine claim that sat here all day long that really surprised me that nobody's really heard of from I guess, an independent company that I'm going to talk about at some point too. A little bit of sneak peeks, but thank you for hanging around. Hope you enjoyed the video. Part of uh, part of the video approach for me is I'm not trying to cut these up. I'm not trying to edit them out. I'm just a guy that loves fragrance and I love talking fragrance, and I love sharing my experiences with you and my journey with you. I don't think a lot of them are going to typically be in the space of a review style like this one kind of was, but you never know. In this case, I really wanted to talk about it because man, it was too good to leave behind. And wifey approved. Anytime wifey signs off on it, that's a good thing. Not often do we both go, when we spray a fragrance. And we both looked at each other and was like, this is a good one. So it's a thumbs up for me. We'll see you in the next one. I'm out of here.